Let's understand what is the rhetorical triangle. That is logos, ethos, and pathos. Let's do some math. Now, Aristotle, he said, if you want to be a speaker with the ability of being persuasive, you must have these three elements when you're doing your speech or when you're doing your writing. If you can understand what is a logo, an ethos, and a pathos when you're reading or when you're writing, you're going to be able to have the ability to be persuasive. Let me show you. Now here, this is what the rhetorical triangle means. And basically, look what it says. Logos, ethos, and pathos are important components of all writing, whether we're aware of them or not. By learning to recognize ethos and pathos in the writing of others and in our own, we can create texts that appeal to readers on many different levels. So we have logos. What logos means is the reason. This is appealing to the reason. So basically, when you're reading an argument, you want to make sure that the argument has logic. Number two, ethos. This appeals to the writer. How credible is the author? How he or she know about the subject. And number three, pathos. This appeals to the emotions and sympathetic imagination. That means that how, those emotions when you're writing or, when you're basically reading something and that's touching your emotions. So here you have an equilateral triangle where you're going to have the logos. This is the text. You're going to have the pathos, values, belief, in the audience. And then you have ethos, which is the credibility of the writer. So as you can see here, you have the three, which is text, writer, and audience. And then logos is the reason, ethos is credibility, and pathos is values. If you have these three elements, or if you're reading something that does have these three elements, it's persuasive. Therefore, when you read something, let's say, from the internet, you should ask yourself these three elements: how I'm being effective, who is this person writing, and basically what is the logic of this. That way you can identify fake news. So this is an example. Like here's ethos, right? Because you see Julia Roberts and you're like, oh, okay, she's credible and her hair looks amazing. Let me buy that. Pathos, basically, your emotions, you see the animal. And then logos is basically when you have facts, percentages, charts, and, that's basically the three parts of the rhetorical triangle. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about basic statistics, and I'm going to give you examples in real life. So when you read something, and I'm going to show you exactly how to read cases, start, and have a lot of fun. So see you tomorrow.